Belonging Friend, for Alyssa. Plugged into the corner. 6th and University, an epic spot I once occupied years ago when my poet life was brand new. Strange to be back here with you today, remembering how the future dreams us. Even now I move forward, a tiny bit tentative with belonging, still afraid I will be abandoned, not good enough, outcast, rejected by the Kirstens and Joy Lynns who put me in the doghouse all those years ago. Funny to write it that way, not a metaphor then. I was the dog and I had to go outside the toy playhouse because there wasn't enough room for the third wheel, me, in Joy Lynn's plastic home. And so for years there wasn't enough room for me in any house of play. I kept myself at bay, cut to the chase of self-rejection, so at least I was in control of my own exile, the willing author of my victimhood. I thought there could be freedom only if I accepted that aching, hungry solitude and chose it categorically, so I signed my own contract of exclusion. My inner protector and I agreed the best way to keep me safe in a social context was to open no vulnerable window wide enough to let the betrayal find me again. I thought this was my natural personality, the best choice for an independent, creative kid whose best friends always anyway seemed to be trees, even before the incident in the preschool playdate bedroom that marked me thereafter loser on the inside. Alien, weirdo, nerd geek. Rejecting myself felt safer, a sure way to shore up against faulty expectations for fitting in. Even now, I can feel an electric blue pulsar in my left arm that seems to transcend the awkward side-lying position I have it in as I write in pitch dark in bed with only the palest quaver of ambient outdoor glow. A new moon? You thought so, Alyssa, though I had forgotten. How much I have forgotten willingly of the old pain, like this SOS pulsation in my arm, the sonar of longing to be found. It would arise from invites to parties, or when I'd hear of poetry readings, gatherings I kept at periphery, until, driving home later, my heart in my throat, the angry sobs like warm lava as I fled from any potential rendezvous, haunted by a wolf pack chasing me in the dark, howling, "Lone wolf, one of us." I ran the mad prairie of exile, certain I wanted no part in wanting, certain I was happier being miserable, but safe. Some years into such madness, about 30 or so, this certainty would relent and flare, spike and fall. I experimented with one-on-ones with men mostly. A whole other set of problems than that, but at least I wasn't completely alone. Sex and coupledom could offer an island to moor on, a jungle to explore, and held my fixation with going it all on my own somewhat in check. Of the longing to find female companions, not lovers exactly, but paramours of spirit, yes, there have been small reprieves. I don't want to give the wrong impression. But it hasn't been until my early 40s that I've begun to allow the possibility of unfolding and releasing my crazy stoned heart and accept that groups, flocks, juntas, gatherings, trifectas, tribes, and covens are actually my jam, my marmalade, my sweet preserves of heart that I've come to believe I am allowed to fully taste, nay, gorge even, longing to be one of many with the met and felt sense of, yes, I am alive among you and it is good. It wasn't until I allowed the lost coast to send me home as Selkie's sister that I began to know I wanted to and could choose differently, that I could choose sisterhood, that I could take a chance to be seen and known and loved. Today at Epic turned Maggie's, we faced one another, monochrome ladies in violet and umber, who'd found in one another her match at being wild, weird, lusty for magic, open-eyed, clear-souled, queens of dreams coming into constellation, to wonder, to weave, a woven love and coven, That would be quite the name. In it, a kind of promise that is not too soon to tell. Hell, in moments like today, I remember, in fact, some part of me has always known the part of myself I'd lost and grieved could be mirrored in another. The trust that I too belong, because I have the wisdom to decide to be included, but also because I have the longing to include and draw in thou, as you did for me, and I, you. Dreamfish, swimming towards me all this way from years of choosing exile over communion. This is just to say, thank you for becoming my belonging friend.